Ceasefire talks in a standstill as Israel infiltrates Rafah, where we know the 2 battalions left of Hamas are located. While on the home front, President Biden threatens and is about to block weapons deliveries to our primary ally, Israel. The White House doubling down on the president's remarks, claiming it was not a senior moment, but lawmakers like Senator Joe Manchin told me on an interview you'll see on Saturday night on One Nation, Biden's making a mistake.
Now making decisions on what you can and what you can't use, you got to do the our way or no way at all. That's not who we are, and it's not what we should be doing. I have said, I've been asked today about it, and I've said openly that I think it's wrong. I think that we shouldn't be.
Yeah, but the president's not interested in moderate points of view, it seems. Here to react, Fox News senior strategic analyst and retired 4-star General Jack Keane. General, what does this mean? Just holding back weapon shipments, but they still have weapons they can use. What does this mean for overall how we're viewed around the world and for our ally?
Yeah, well, certainly, in terms of the arms themselves, Israel has plenty of weapon systems and ammunition available to complete the operation in Rafah. But it is a major turning point. I mean, you know, the administration has been hinting at this, you know, for weeks, Brian, but still, when they made the decision, I still found it shocking. And I just scratched my head and say, do these guys actually think about what the consequences are of this kind of decision? What does it mean for our allies like Ukraine and Taiwan when they see us pulling back on our #1 ally in the Middle East, a country we've had the closest relationship with for 75 years, ever since Israel became a state? And it comes on the heels of a U.S.-led coalition to help defend Israel against Iranian ballistic missiles and cruise missiles. I mean, it is a stunning decision. And our adversaries, I mean, I think they look at it much like we did with Afghanistan. They look at it, the United States pulled out of Afghanistan, walking away from an ally we've been dealing with for 20 years, fighting side by side, and helped surrender the country to the enemy. And here we are walking away from Israel. Right. And our adversaries look at that, and they see it as weakness, obviously, is what it is.
But, General, if you just boil it down to what's the objective, eradicating Hamas from the planet, let alone Gaza, how do you do that and leave 8,000 in Rafah? You can't. So you have to go in. So how you go in should be the issue done behind the closed doors by people like you that are military experts, not by people that are secretaries of state with no military experience, or Jake Sullivan with no military experience, or a president of the United States with no military experience. And I don't need to tell you that the vice president has no military experience. So we don't hear anything from the Defense Department. We're hearing it from a politician. Shouldn't that bother you?
Oh, yeah, well, it has right from the beginning when they started to wire brush Israel over how they were conducting their military campaign, and specifically dealing with Rafah itself. I mean, we should stay out of micromanaging an operational campaign. Right. I mean, strategic issues, I understand that completely, but not this, and it makes no sense whatsoever. And what's so disappointing is every speech that President Biden makes dealing with the issue of the war in Gaza, he should always have a part of that speech that this is an existential threat to the state of Israel. We have not seen a threat like this since its inception in 1948. Iran has a ring of fire and operationalizes proxies around Israel, and they're trying to destroy the state of Israel. And we should be doing everything we can to help protect and prevent that from happening.
Right. And can I just get a line from you? Are you concerned that Hungary and China have signed a strategic cooperation agreement?
Well, I'm not concerned about the agreement so much as, look, the reality is that 3/4 of all the investment that goes into Hungary comes from China. The president of Hungary, Orban, he's been in power since 2010. He's a national populist. He has closer relations with China than he does with his mainstream EU and NATO partners. He's been troublesome, you know, for some time. President Xi is there taking advantage of it. He's going to set up an electric vehicle plant. They've already got lithium battery plants. They're doing railway for him, civilian infrastructure, and also potential nuclear infrastructure. This is a foothold that Xi wants in the EU. He's got real problems with the rest of the EU because his overproduction is flowing into it, and they're pushing back on him pretty strongly.
General Keane, always educational. Thanks so much. Perilous times. And always go look at the Institute for Study of War.
You guys have a wonderful weekend.
You too. Thank you.
I'm Steve Doocy.
I'm Brian Kilmeade.
And I'm Ainsley Earhart. And click here to subscribe to the Fox News YouTube page to catch our hottest interviews and most compelling analysis.